NASA continues on its race to understand Mars, and now they just published 50 different papers, these on the Science Journal and the Geophysical Research Letters Journal, all about the atmosphere of Mars and how it came to be. Nick, this is very important. This was thanks to the data collected by the NASA project called MAVEN, or Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution Mission, that was looking into how did Mars lost its atmosphere and, where did all the water go? And the conclusion is that the phenomena called atmospheric escape, and basically it's the solar winds and the solar storms hit the planet, heat up the ionosphere, and the ions escape. With them, the hydrogen. Without hydrogen, there's no water. And because also the other half of it, one half is the solar winds, the other half is the lack of magnetic field. The Earth, in an example, is very, very good at containing the greenhouse emissions, for better or for worse, with their gravity and the magnetic field. Now, Mars, being smaller and farther apart, is not in that position, so the storms are really critical to kind of thin out the atmosphere as they go, and that's why it's 95% carbon dioxide and nobody can breathe there.
Right, and you look at Mars and it looks so much like an arid desert here on Earth. So I guess what they're hinting at is that, maybe Mars once had a very good atmosphere and maybe a lush landscape very different from what we see today. And I think that's so interesting when we start to think about what planets used to look like, because we learn a lot and we figure out, oh crap, maybe it was a lot like Earth, and maybe Earth is heading in a certain direction as well. Now, you look at Venus, for example, and they say the exact opposite. Venus has a really thick atmosphere. They're saying this like extreme greenhouse gas effect is happening on Venus because of all of the volcanoes. Yes, it protects the planet from solar winds, but what happens is it heats up, and it's the same size as Earth. It looks just like Earth, but it's like 900, 800 degrees Fahrenheit. It's super hot, way hotter than what Earth is. So I think that's really cool, and it's kind of telling what direction we're going in if we continue to just forget about what we do to our climate. So I think it's really important to think about these.
And I think you bring an excellent point. This is kind of a reverse engineering of climate change. They're trying to go as far back as possible to understand how did the combination of solar winds and maybe the change of temperature in the planet made this atmosphere to start dissipating little by little to the point that now it's 1% of the thickness of the atmosphere here on Earth. But we want to know your opinion. Are you excited about we're learning so much more about Mars? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the LibTV2.